Listen, my name is Ephraim.
My name is Fab.
You're supposed to...
What I'm supposed to say?
Hey y'all, what's going on? You already know it's your boy EJ.
And I'm Fab, and we are here to make it make sense with
Dating and relationships. Listen, Fab and I decided to, create something of value for you guys. And this is actually what birthed this video about dating and relationships. Just a Q&A about it. We asked friends and family through social media, through text, to submit their questions, and you guys delivered.
So first and foremost, I just want you guys to know that we took down a lot of notes. So when we received the questions, EJ and I did not just take the questions ourselves and answer them. No, we didn't do that. What we decided to do was to get a panel of people, of influences in our lives that we felt will bring a lot of value to the questions. So that's what we decided to do. So we're gonna get right into the questions. You will see us looking at our notes so that we can deliver to you everything that we took down when we did our panel discussion with the people that we had on the call with us. Absolutely. So let's get right into it.
You already know. But guys, before we do that, go ahead and grab you a pen and paper because we're gonna dive into this together collectively. Even before we get to the questions, guys, we want to make sure that you guys subscribe to each of our channels, and we'll write that below. We want to subscribe. We want to interact, have some type of connection and feedback with you guys. So if you actually have questions that you want to submit, you can go ahead and drop it below in the comment box. And also just like, share, and comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, guys. All right, without further ado, let's get into the questions.
Let's do it. What is the difference between loving someone and being in love with someone? Whew. Right now, let's get into it.
That's a good question. You want to go first?
Yes, of course. Let's do it. So honestly, I believe anyone can love someone. Like, we have friendship loves, we have love that we have for our mentors, we have love that we have for our co-workers. Honestly, you should be walking in love. You should be walking to love everyone. The Bible says, love your neighbors. You should love your neighbors. So that means everyone that you come in contact with, there should be love, that they receive from you.
Absolutely.
But that's just love. However, when you are in love with someone, that is when you are willing to sacrifice your own wants or needs for the other person. It's selfless. You really take yourself out of that, and you give the other person love. You know what I mean? That is what you call in love. Whew. Yes.
Is there more to say to that, guys? Come on.
Of course. So also, when you're in love, you see a future with that person. You know what I mean? You can already map out and kind of see where you are going with that individual.
Big facts.
It's no clouds. When you in love, you know. You know what I mean? You see the future. It's the love that they talk about in the Bible, agape love. That is unconditional love. Unconditional. There's no conditions. You are not looking to reap anything. It's just a natural love that you have. And that's when you know that you are in love.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yes,
I guess to add on to what you're saying, or what I took from it was, when you love somebody, you love them, you care for them, you have compassion for them, you're sensitive for them. You know what I mean? And when you're in love, you got to break down the words for what it is. When you're in it, not just talking about it, but you actually be it. It's in you. You're in love. You're willing to sacrifice. You're willing to create a partnership of some sort and see something long term. You know what I mean? It's not so much of just seeing something for the short term or just pleasures. You see somebody you can get married to. You see a future. You see a wife, or you see a husband. You can see, you know what? I was actually dating somebody, and I could actually say I saw like how my kids would look.
Wow.
That's how much the in love portion, you could really see into the future with that person.
How would you know that person is for you? So how you know someone is for you is when you have someone in your life you want that person to bring value into your
Facts.
life. Yes. So you want someone that compliments you. No one is going to absolutely complete you. No, because only the Most High can do that.
Amen.
But you want someone that's going to compliment you. You want someone that is going to help you grow. You want someone that's going to challenge you.
Yes.
Challenge is a good thing. It pushes you to greatness. And that's what you want around you. If someone is bringing zero value, EJ, talk about zero value.
They got to go, man. Listen, because value is everything. As you can see in this video, we created this video for the sole purpose of giving you value.
Absolutely.
Value, something that's going to add to your life. It's almost like an asset. You know what I mean? I like to think of people like that. Is this person an asset or a liability? This is how you know somebody's for me. If you don't know what liability is, go ahead and Google that. You got to know the difference, because the difference is it's almost someone is adding, it's like an additional portion to your life, or a liability, on the other hand, is taking away from you. And you want somebody that's going to pour into you and continue to help you develop as a person. I was talking to one of my coaches, and I remember he said that you want somebody, how you know somebody's for you is when they compliment your weaknesses. I've never thought about that. Like, in areas that you're weak in, they're able to make you strong, so to speak. If you think about a basketball team or any football team, any type of team, you got different positions, and someone's stronger here. You got somebody who can, shoot a 3-point, but this other person could dunk. While on the other side, you have somebody who could play defense. So you guys come together as a unit, and you guys work for the sole purpose of growing and establishing some type of value together, that you guys complement each other.
Man, that's good stuff. That's good stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Keeping that student mentality is definitely going to help you. You know what I mean? When you have that person, that's how you know someone is for you. When
Facts.
you can keep that student mentality, learn from that person, grow. I mean, that's how you know. Like EJ said, if it's a liability 2020, we don't want liability.
Got to go.
Question number 3.
Number 3.
Yes. All right. How long do you think you should wait to go into a relationship after being in a long-term relationship?
Oof, that one is very juicy.
Yes.
People.
So this one, there is no specific time frame, right? So if you are in a long-term relationship and you decide that you want to go into a relationship next week, okay, that's you.
Next week.
You want to wait? Yeah, next week. Because it's all about the individual. So if you are completely healed from the past, right, and you have no baggage or anything negative that you're bringing from your past relationship into your new relationship, then you're free to move on.
Yeah.
I mean, for everyone, that's different timing. For me, it may be a week. For you, it may be a month. For others, it may be a year. So it just depends on the individual. So if you've been in a long-term relationship and you want to figure out how long should I wait, you should probably still be waiting. Only because if you have to ask yourself, you're not ready.
You're not ready.
You're not ready.
I guess the follow-up question to that, because that's a very profound answer. How do you know you're healed? Because I think, I'm speaking for myself. I've jumped into some relationships and I was not fully healed. Like, the question says, how long do you think? I thought it was 6 months. Typically, 6 months, you get some time for yourself. But who's gonna wait 6 months alone? Who's gonna wait 3 months alone? Like, I wanna connect with somebody like today. You know what I mean? Especially in this fast-paced generation, we kind of like try to, expedite the healing process. You can't do that. Well, at least for me, I'm speaking for myself when I say this. That, you have to take time and heal. And she said it so clearly, after you're completely healed.
Yes.
Okay? When you're okay to take off the bandage and let people see that scar, okay? And you're able to move past that, then you should be able to date. Absolutely. So I totally agree.
Absolutely. All right, so let's go right into the next question. What is a toxic relationship? Woo! First of all, a toxic relationship is what we're not doing.
Not today.
That's what we're not. So you know, when we did our panel, one of the influencers that was on there, or, you know, one of the individuals that we brought on, she is phenomenal. So she made...
Did we mention her name?
I don't know.
I wanted to. Shirley, shout out to Shirley Dorsainville.
Shout out to you.
Yo, by the way, this shirt is from Shirley Dorsainville with Haitians Who Blog. Y'all check her out.
Nice.
But yeah, man, Shirley's phenomenal, man.
Yes. So she made a statement and said, toxic is not always loud. It doesn't always mean abusive, verbally abusive, physically. Sometimes it's subtle, meaning no communication, no patience. Your patience is gone. The silent treatment. All of that is signs of, especially if it's going on for long periods of time, repeatedly in a relationship,
Right.
That's toxic. You should be communicating. Whether you agree or disagree, it should still be a conversation. Everything is a talking point.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, toxic, when you hear toxic, don't just think, okay, this person is being abused, or, you know, it's always physical or mental, or it's chaotic. Sometimes it's very subtle. Sometimes you're in a very subtle toxic relationship to where you know something is off, but because it's so subtle, you continue to just stay in it.
You know what? I wanna take this a little bit and dive into the word toxic. What is toxic? Some people are in toxic relationships and don't even know they're in one.
True.
That's crazy.
Bad.
So let's just break down toxic. Toxic, if you Google it, you'll find the same answer. It's something that's poisonous. It's harmful. It destroys you. It corrupts you.
Sometimes slowly.
Slowly. That's the scary part, because it moves so slow, like almost like a turtle. You can't even see it taking its steps, but as it continues to develop, it gets worse and it gets worse. And by the time you realize it, you're already so infected, you can't even try to heal from that.
And sometimes if you've been in something toxic so long, you know what I mean? You got to take that time.
That one was a good one for me.
Yeah, it was. Can you love someone and not know why you love them? Whew.
No, you can't.
No.
Just flat out. No. Just can't. Like, think about it. How can you love somebody and not know why? Does that even make sense, bruh? You know, I'm gonna speak from myself and my own personal experience. I remember I was dating a young lady, and I'm not gonna mention no names. We're not gonna mention names on here just for privacy. But, you know, we're dating or whatever, and I asked her a question because she kept saying that she loves me. I'm like, okay. I was like, why? Like, what's your reason? Why do you love me? And I would ask it multiple times. And she could never answer. Never. Because she never knew. Or I guess she never took the time to dive into, why do I love this man? Or why do I claim that I love this man? Now, I do gotta be honest, we kind of, we did get a little intimate, But besides that, like, there was no true concrete reason of why you love me. I think it was she lust.
Or sometimes, you know what it is, EJ? Sometimes people like the idea of loving someone. So they say they love you, or they think they love you. But if they don't have, like, if you ask someone, why do you love me? And they can't give you an answer, they don't love you.
They don't.
Because when you love someone, you know why. Exactly why.
You know the reason why.
You know exactly why. And it just goes back.
You ever heard that song?
Value.
This is why I love you. Come on now. There's a reason why. And that why, there has to be that why. That why gives you almost your purpose for loving that person. You ain't gonna love that person for no reason. I mean, even God, I'm not trying to get all spiritual on you guys. In John 3:16, there was a reason. God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son for us. For who? Why? For us. There was a reason why. It wasn't just, you know what, I'm just gonna do this just for the sake of, nah, man, that's BS. There has to be a reason, a concrete reason why you love someone.
Absolutely.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, we already 15 minutes in. What? Hey, if you're still watching the video, big ups to you.
Yes.
If you haven't already, subscribe. Like, and comment.
Share.
We appreciate y'all, rocking with us till this time right now. We're still gonna go ahead and get some more questions, but honestly speaking, we might have to do a part 2.
Oh yeah, we definitely have to do a part
Probably.
2. We have so many questions that are much needed to be answered. That's gonna definitely help you all to establish more profound relationships. So
yes,
yeah, part 2.
Part 2, definitely. Also, guys, I want to take this moment to shout out this gentleman. Oh man. I don't even know him like that, but just his insight and his revelation and knowledge and the wisdom that God has shared with this guy to create a New York Times best-selling book. It was #1 for I don't even know how long.
Please cop that.
Y'all gotta cop this book. Shout out to Pastor Michael Todd for this book right here. Relationship Goals, y'all.
Goals.
Listen now, I can't even. Oh,
yeah,
it's too much.
Yeah, this book is definitely phenomenal. It definitely gives you insight on how to date the right way.
The right way.
And believe it or not, guys, there is a right way.
Listen,
I never knew there was a right way.
Me neither.
But listen, we was lost, but now we found.
We found now. Listen, hey, big ups to you, Pastor Todd. Listen, man, this is a study guide, and I actually have the book to go along with it. And literally, man, it highlights so much areas that, we were always, in the dark about, growing up in church. We didn't really get any examples or any concern or, I guess guidance into dating or relationships. It was just, it was just two things. Don't have sex before marriage.
That's right.
And stay away from bad influences. And of course, as kids, we did the exact opposite. I mean, let's just be honest. But this book right here is a playbook. It's a guideline to get you back on the path to win in relationships. And that's one thing that I love about this book and about this man of God and his wife. Listen, man, I thank God for them. But let's get back to the questions, guys. We're going to do a few more questions, and then we're going to go ahead
and wrap it up. Get ready for part 2. All right. So, next question. How do you know a guy or girl is interested in you? All right.
I mean, by my good looks.
Now, listen. Let me just say this. When a guy or girl is interested in you,
talk to them.
Time. They gonna put it in. That time, because let me tell you something about time. It is a very expensive currency. We spend it, but we can never get it back.
Pause right there. You got to say that one more time for them, because I don't think they heard that.
Let me say it for the people in the back.
Come on.
We spend it, but we can't get it back.
You can't get it back, guys.
Can't.
You can't.
So so they say this: you make time for what you want to make time for.
Facts.
So if someone is interested in you, right? Calculate the amount of time they're putting into you. Whew. Just think about the time that they are putting things aside to spend with you, to get to know you. You know what I mean? Just to put it out there, put themselves out there to show you that, okay, yes, I'm interested. So, example, I have a friend, okay? She was dating a guy. She was not interested in the guy, clearly. So the guy, he wanted to spend time. He wanted to take her out and do things like this. Guy he wanted to take her out. He wanted to date her.
Trying to holler at you,
He was trying to holler. My friend told this man, I am busy for the next 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
How? How you busy for 3 weeks?
Bruh, 3 weeks? Get out of here, bro.
Mind you, she is a boss. She is a mom.
Wow.
She has businesses. She is a person of influence. She has a lot going on. However, 3 weeks, I knew at that time, I say, sis, you're not interested in him. There's no way. Because when you are interested, you will make time. You will squeeze it in, even if it means, you getting in that last minute paper that you have to submit to your psychology teacher, and that person is right there. You know what I mean? You will make the time.
Absolutely.
What you feel about that, EJ?
Man, there's not too much words I can say on that. That's pretty much self-explanatory. The time that you invest into somebody, I mean, it goes a long way, because like she was saying, with that same example, that person is very busy being a mother and having businesses and, you know, taking care of other things and being a woman who, you know, is of influence. You have a lot going on. So to take your time to give to someone, it speaks a lot of value. It says, hey, I care about you enough that even though I got all these things going on, I see you as a priority.
And I'm still interested to get to know you.
Exactly.
That's how you know someone is interested
Now,
in you.
if somebody's not giving you that time, like if somebody's texting, let's say for example, I have a friend of mine who, you know, I'm not going to mention his name. You know, he had a girl that he was talking to and she would only text him like every other week. And he was so interested in this girl. I mean, he couldn't stop talking about her.
She was busy.
And she was busy, yeah, right. She was busy dating other guys. Listen, and he couldn't get the fact that, hey, she's not appreciating you. You're texting her, you're saying good morning and calling her queen and doing all that good stuff, yada, yada, but yet, you know, it wasn't reciprocated energy. I mean, you know, you were giving her, you know, he was giving her like 80, almost to 90% of her time. And she was barely giving him 10. That's not a fair trade. You know what I mean? That can kind of tell you off rip if somebody's into you or not.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Listen, guys, we got one more question for y'all.
One more question. If a guy or girl takes his or her time giving you time because they've been hurt in the past, does that mean that he is not the one for you?
Say that one more again. And listen, guys, we didn't come up with these questions.
They were given
to us, all right? So work with us, okay?
Work with us.
This is for you guys. Go ahead, again.
So if a guy or girl takes his or her time giving you time, does that mean that he is not for you? He or she is not for you? This is my thing, okay?
Talk to the people.
Yes. And we had a good discussion around this one.
Very big.
If you're taking your time to give me time, you need time.
Say that one more time. Hold on. I don't think y'all caught what she just said there. Hold on. Say it one more time.
If you're taking your time to give me time, you need your time.
Tell them why, please, because they need to know.
Yes. So it's clear if a person is, you know, reluctant to give you time or they're really dealing with something from their past, they need their own time to heal. It's not fair that you put yourself out there, you're ready, you are willing.
Yes.
And this person is still tiptoeing or not really sure or dealing. How is that? It's not fair to you. Do not put yourself in a position to where you are being the depositor and you're not receiving anything in return.
I love deposits, y'all. You gotta deposit into me. I'm gonna deposit it.
Yes.
I love that.
We listen. When you go to the bank, right? You want to see more deposits than you see withdrawals.
Big facts. I'm still working on that. Jesus help me, God.
You know what I mean? You want to see more deposits than you see withdrawals. So if this person really can't give you them and you're in position to give them you,
it's not an equal exchange, y'all. Don't do it.
It's not balancing out. It's not balancing out. You're doing yourself a disservice, and it would be more valuable to you if you give that person space. Going
back to the question, the ending of the question says, is this person for you? The person could be for you after they, you know, took their time for themselves. You need time to spend with yourself, because I remember one of my mentors, and you know, God rest his soul, Pastor Miles Monroe. He would say this question. When he asked this question, I mean, I couldn't stop thinking about it because I couldn't answer it. He was like, would you date someone like you? Would you date you?
Wow.
When he said that question at that time, I think it was 2 years ago, and I was thinking about that question. I was like, I wouldn't date me.
Wow.
And not a lot of people are willing to come to that, grip or grasp that concept that, hey, you know what? I need to work on me. I need to make sure I love myself, that I'm 100% complete in me, in my singleness, to where I'm not wasting no one's time. If I'm being by myself, my time is being spent and invested into me. That way I get to grow, I get to heal, I get to become the better version of myself. So when I do meet that person that is for me, I can go ahead and we can come together as 100%, and we become 100, we become 200%, as opposed to becoming some incomplete individual. You're trying to share and pour into somebody, but yet you still need help yourself.
Yeah.
That person ain't for you. You need time for you.
Absolutely.
You need to fall in love with you. You need to date you. Self-care for yourself. Once you could do those things, I mean, I can only speak for myself. I've been doing it, and trust me, y'all. I feel, if you see the smile on my face, those who follow me on Snapchat, I'll post it down below, and I'll post hers as well. Follow us, man. If you follow me on Snapchat, you'll see, like, I'm more in tune with who I am, and I'm falling in love with me day in, day out. And it feels good. So now, when it's time for me to date, I'm still single. But anywho, when it's time for me to date, I'm gonna make sure that I'm 100% healed and completely ready, to invest my time, as opposed to, taking my time dating somebody and playing around. Like, it's like I'm going in and out, in and out. And the Bible says you cannot be lukewarm. You don't want to be lukewarm. It's either you're hot or you're cold. You're either in or you're out. Period.
Boy, dropping knowledge.
I'm done.
Dropping knowledge, dropping knowledge. All right, guys, so we have concluded part 1 of our video. We hope that you guys found a lot of value in the answers from the questions. We will be posting the questions on the comments down below so that you can at least see the questions.
Yes.
And write them down, take notes, comment,
share. Please share a lot with your friends, guys. This is not just something that we're just trying to do to just gain popularity or clout. None of that. This is us, opening and being transparent and just sharing ideas together so we can both and everybody win in relationships, man.
Because we want you to win in relationships. Absolutely.
Absolutely, guys. So without further ado, this concludes this video, guys. We appreciate y'all, and tune in to the next video. But before we let y'all go, guys, I gotta give it up to this phenomenal lady. She's awesome, man. Listen, my last video I posted, I talked about me going bald, and as you can see, we bald. But I made the video, and I was so discouraged, and she came out of nowhere and just brought full energy and life into this whole YouTube video thing. And I'm like, you know what? Let's work, let's connect. And she has been such an amazing help.
Thank you.
She's boosted me in so many ways. She's helped me mature in some levels. And I'm winning in relationships already. So I definitely got to give it up to her, because she's awesome.
Thank you, EJ.
Absolutely.
So are you. EJ, your energy is contagious. It's been a journey for us, but it's been an absolute pleasure working with you. I am very humbled that you chose me to do the video with you.
Absolutely.
I look forward to working with you again. Part 2 is coming, you guys. Listen, we want you guys to win. If we can pour into you or be a part of that, we are happy to do so. So please tune in into our next video. Thank you again for watching.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate you.
Next time,